Day traders and swing traders, listen up. If you're in the beginning stages of trading and you want to fast track your growth and really, achieve a high level of success, right? There's some things you have to be able to handle when it comes to trading, right? And I think number one is fear. Everyone experiences fear when you open up your Robinhood account and you're debating whether or not to place a trade, right? We all have that resistance because why? There's a fear of uncertainty and there's a fear of loss as well. So if you can't handle the fear that is always going to be present no matter how much money you make, then it's probably not best for you to trade. Number two is greed. If you can't manage your greed, right? We're all greedy. That's something that's going to be ever present. But if you get to a point where, like let's say you made 30 or 40% on a trade, right? But you're like, no, I want to make more. I want to keep seeing how far this can go. You may make more money, right? But eventually there's going to be a trade where you go in and you're like, yeah, let me go over 50% or 60, 70, 80%. Let's see how high I can get it to go. And then next thing you know, the freaking trade goes the other way and you lose your money, right? So I'm not saying that there's not times where you can't be a little greedy, right? I think we all, obviously we don't want to, like, if we can sense where the market's going, like just by the day, obviously, there's some cases where being greedy might actually work in your favor, but I would argue most of the time it's not worth it. I think it's worth it to obviously, me personally, I take somewhere between 20 and 50% out, right? Like if I'm down in 20 to 50%, those are some times where I might consider selling, right? And if I'm up 20 to 50%, that's another time where I might sell just so I can take some profit, so I can stack wins slowly and, train my brain to not always act on its like need for more, right? It's constant. We always want more, right? But if we always act on that desire, right, and we let it run ransom, right, it can cause us a lot of problems and pain. So those are some things I think you should consider, right? And if you can't handle those things, then trading, I don't think is for you.